Gary?
Life is good. How are you guys? It's so
Good.
nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you.
It's an honor, man. Absolute honor.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
saying that. You had a nice weekend?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, getting ready for today. We really, got the entire team together to really, try and put our best foot forward, for this.
I'm glad. I'm here. So what's
100%.
cooking?
Well, thank you first and foremost, man. I appreciate you showing up in that conversation the other day. That was
Of course.
a hard time, but it's only because I love you, man.
I knew I could tell it was coming from a good place. So was thrilled to jump in, and I'm happy to jam on anything you guys want to talk about today.
Dude, that's awesome. Not everybody shows up. A lot of people would have just deleted or blocked me, so I respect the hell out of you for that, man. So,
Thank you.
And thank you for the opportunity to boost this. Basically what the Creator Academy is, Gary, we came up with this idea literally, 13 days ago, right? The day before I talked to you on Twitter is when I've owned a multimedia company for 22 years, right? We booked local artists. We had 160 artists in our collective. Brandon was part of that. It's called One Love Massive. It was always about giving back to the creative community, getting them resources, putting them, with some money, connecting them to the opportunities. And then I formed Heartcast Media, focused on podcast production and really elevating and amplifying voices to make the world a better place, right? We're based out of DC. He's in Atlanta, I'm in DC. Yeah. And so why not create content that's actually going to impact the world, right? We've had James Comey and Eric Holder in the studio, but talking about love and compassion and change, right? So that's always been our jam. So, sitting back with these protests and just everything going on, it's man, we need an actionable item. Fuck this. We need resources to people now, right? And all these companies are jumping up, SoftBank, 100 mil, to creatives, that's awesome and that's great. But we need actionable, real ass skills and connections for people. So why not create the Creator Academy? So we reached out to the content creators and said, listen, all I need from you is an hour and a half a month, right? You come into the group, you do an AMA about what you're passionate about, and then people who want to know about lighting or editing or content creation or SEO or
tactical shit,
right? Yeah, and then it's just an hour and a half a month, man. If you don't have an hour and a half a month to donate to young people who want to make the world a better place, and I ain't got time for you anyway, right? It's a super low ask, and then if those mentors have a course or anything static content, we'll load that on. So it's two components. You've got a teachable Kajabi type platform.
It's access and information, right?
Absolutely.
Hour and a half
100%.
is the access. The rest is the library, so that people can learn for free.
Absolutely.
Or whatever the model is. I love it.
Exactly. And then we'll put everybody into a Slack channel and we'll break it up by marketing, lighting, editing, whatever, so people can just jam in those groups and ask questions and actually build a community, because everybody talks about building a community. I'm nah, man, you're just shuffling potential customers around. Don't call it that, right? This will actually be a community. We're not going to sell to them. We're just going to create opportunities for them and connect them with people who can create other opportunities for them, right? So
I love that.
Right. And, in that exact same sense, when we're looking at sort of the model, Morehouse College actually had, a very similar premise with their summer program for summer academia, where they would have, basically, 2 to 3 months where it was basically a 101, and they showed, a ton of different, varieties for, upcoming, students, so that they actually saw themselves as representation, And I know
if you don't see somebody that looks like you doing it, it doesn't become real.
Exactly. And that's something I learned from you and Jay Shetty's talk in itself, right? So, what we came in is saying, okay, how can we implement, the right type of mentors where people are actually seeing reflections of themselves, as well as people that they'll be seeing in, their workspace, right? So, when we're looking at just the regular numbers, with VC funding, right now, African American women are getting 0.02% of that funding.
Crazy.
Right? Which is, insanity, especially when we're looking at, young people like Anifa Mfwembe, who just, broke the internet by, creating that 3D fashion show, right? Imagine, if we're looking at 0.02% of people being able to have the same platform, what that would do. We're looking at numbers where it's,
or, it's funny, and I've spoken to several people that, I've really I stopped investing a lot because I thought that, forget about the whole, 0.02% is such a bonkers fucking number. You kind of shook me there. I think it comes down to something else, which is 98% of the businesses that are VC funded is not an opportunity. It's an entitlement check, which actually teaches you how to be a shit entrepreneur. So one of the things I've been talking over the last 2 years quietly, and I'm talking about a little bit louder now, is a lot of I would have never been funded. I went to Mount Ida College. I'm being serious. I would have never been funded. There was a lot of funding going on when I came out the game, and like in '98, that was the first internet wave, and it was only going to Ivy League school kid.
Totally.
I'm 44, so like the Ivy League school thing is still real, but it was crazy real.
Right.
And I think that one of the things I've been thinking a lot about is, as soon as you said had the same opportunity, my brain broke, because I was like, or why don't we take an opportunity to create a better opportunity? Because the amount of people I look at, and this is by the way, this is white guys down to the smallest percentage of people in the world, whatever that micro group is, most fail when they're given $100,000 in funding.
Totally.
$500,000 in funding. I'm thinking back to the idea that you're having. I've been thinking a lot about, like, there's so many people that spend 3 years, burn through $500,000. They learn some stuff for sure.
yeah, you definitely gonna learn something.
Pausing it. You guys hear me? There we go.
Yeah.
You guys hear me? All right, good. So, they'll learn something, but I'm like, what about, to me, I'm always like, how do I actually think, groups that have less access to dollars, whether that's, me, bad student of the 90s, or others, the teaching them how to make $50,000 is so much more powerful than helping them raise $50,000 now. Like I told hundreds of friends over the last 2 weeks, and really even since Me Too, so going back 2-3 years, when you're a group that doesn't get the same amount of opportunity, when there's an opening, run through that fucking door.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But and right now it's, I can't implore enough of my Black friends to get on boards, to get their funding, to get their opportunity. Like, fuck it, right? Like one of my friends, like, I feel like I'm exploiting. I'm exploiting what? You've been discriminated against your whole life. Like, enjoy this moment, because it's going to go away too. It's the ebb and flow of society. And so, but, if we're jamming right now, at some point when I come in and do my hour and a half and I'm in, so use me to leverage other people. That, if nothing else, we've accomplished that in this 15 minutes together. I'm going to teach 90 minutes on making money versus raising money.
Oh yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are scrappy when they come from the places that don't have as much access to capital, and then they put capital on a pedestal and they lose their scrappiness.
Right.
When the scrapping, and that's what's good about the internet and time like this. So I think I agree with you, and I think everyone should, I think there needs to be more opportunity across the board for everybody. But B, I think humans need to realize how in control they can be if they take advantage of the free platform of the internet. This education that you're about to give on your new platform would have cost people $40,000 a year in debt. And so I just want people. Go ahead, my friend.
Just to make sure that you also understand, because we are looking at that aspect, this isn't just us teaching, right? There is an aspect here that we're going to be calling the Creatives Corner that's going to be allowing these exact same creatives who are, learning from these mentors to have a platform to present their product, right?
Love that. And let me throw something else at you, because I know I have a hard stop at 12:15 for something else. So I want to get as much in. Because, when I walked in, there were 17 people in this room. So let's make sure everybody from the Vayner Nation right now knows who you are. So let's make sure everybody who's following me right now, please follow Heartcast Media, which is in the top left corner. Please get to know these two and this project. 2, I want you to send me an email, or whoever, you probably work with my admins, make sure they introduce you to Andy K. One thing I would definitely want to do is use Heartcast as a feeding ground for hiring at Vayner Media.
Awesome.
So not everybody has the DNA that they want to own their own business.
Right.
And some of them may learn how to produce or how to design or how to do audio editing and may be great members for Vayner Media. So by creating that with Andy, I think we can do something really cool where people are really excited to be part of this community, because they know it's a toll booth, a fast track, a easy pass maybe to get to the top of the line at VaynerMedia.
100%. And real quick, because I know you got to go, there's a couple things we really want to line up, right? We're looking for partnerships with Adobe, so every student automatically gets the entire Creative Cloud.
Send me an email. I know the CMO and the Chief Product Officer extremely well. Write me something articulate that I can articulate. Let me phrase. Write me a good summary. It doesn't have to fucking be a masterpiece. I'll email it and I will help you with that.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
What else?
Thank you.
Right. And at the exact same time, as we're looking to start building this out, we are looking for, to be more than just a checklist on these interviews. We want to get actual financial funding from somebody like yourself. You are creating an entire generation of people who are trying to tell their story. And that's what we're trying to do here. With the access, what we're looking at is about $2,500 per student to actually be able to have it set up something that can create a story like one that you would.
So are you looking me to write checks to be the sponsor of some students?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right?
At $2,500 a pop?
Yeah, at $2,500 a pop.
So my favorite number is 5.
Okay.
So I'm in for 12,500 right now, firm, video recorded.
Okay.
And I'm in. And so
All right.
I'm in.
All right, there it goes.
There it is. There it is. You got
Adobe.
You got Adobe. You got an hour and a half of my time, which is fucking the most difficult thing. You got a pipeline to Vayner, and you got a $12,500 check. I would say that's a productive 15 fucking minutes.
That's a
yeah.
productive 15 minutes,
yeah.
man. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look for those emails. My inbox is a shit show. So trust me, everything you're sending to me, and I've got my kids Wednesday through Sunday like pretty locked up, like head down with them. So I might catch back up with this shit early next week, but it's done.
That's amazing, dude.
All right.
Thank
Hey,
you.
appreciate the time, man.
Love you guys. Good luck. Good luck. And use this clip. If you don't know how to save it, hit up my team. They'll tell you how to save it from your story, because using this clip will help you recruit a lot more money.
All right, 100%.
Amazing.
Nah, I appreciate it. All right, thanks for
Got you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
And all y'all that are still on this feed, if you want to be a mentor, if you want to be a student, there's links on the website to apply for that. Like, we're looking, if you want to be a student, like, go to the website, we'll post the links. You can join up, you can get a free education as long as you're creating social impact content. We're looking for mentors. If you have an experience that you want to share, you want to be a mentor, you want to teach lighting, photography, video editing, video recording, SEO, marketing, content writing, all of that. That's phase 1. Then phase 2 is going to be funding, creating sustainable neighborhoods and economies, building companies, making money, right? That's the next level. Like, we are definitely looking for y'all. We created this for y'all. Like, go to the website.